When a paper has unity and focus, it easily and logically conveys a clear message to the reader. In the book On Writing Well, William Zinsser suggests, "Unity is the anchor of good writing. It keeps the reader from straggling off in all directions, and it satisfies your reader's subconscious need for order." Basically, the more organized your paper is, the better it flows. What is unity and focus? Unity means that all parts of a piece of writing revolve around one main point or idea. An essay that has unity stays on topic and has a direction and purpose. An essay with focus means the scope of the topic is adequately covered in the paper in the amount of space given or required. When trying to create unity and focus in your paper, refer to the triangle of importance to prioritize and create a unified, focused paper. Before you write your paper, make sure that you know the topic, have developed a thesis, and know the purpose of your essay. Then, identify your audience and decide what tone and mood would be appropriate for your paper. Finally, both during and after the writing of your paper, focus on the small things and technical details to bring your essay together. When it comes to what is most important, your main idea takes priority over, say, what tense you decide to write your paper in. But all of these components are still important to creating a unified, focused composition. Before you jump into your paper, it is important that you see the big picture. Before they began painting, classical artists would spend a good amount of time planning ahead and deciding what they wanted the final product to look like. Similarly, to create a paper that has unity and focus, it is important to see the end from the beginning. You do this by understanding the topic, developing a thesis, and then organizing your paper so each part relates to your main idea. By doing this, you start focusing your paper on one central idea from the beginning and ensure that your supporting ideas will be unified with your main idea. Next, decide what kind of tone and mood your paper will have. The voice you use depends on what kind of paper you are writing and who your audience is. Is the paper an academic research paper or a personal narrative? Are you writing it for other students to read or your professor? If you're writing a paper on feminism in America, you should use a formal voice because it is a serious academic topic. However, if you're writing a short story, you can use a more casual voice by adding humor and writing in a more conversational style. Remember, though, casual style does not mean sloppy. It is still important to be grammatically correct and avoid slang. Having a unified tone and style helps your readers feel comfortable. Within the first few sentences, they should be able to understand your tone and style, so don't try to pull the rug out from under them by changing your tone throughout. Lastly, pay attention to the small things. Technical details are like the icing on cake. Sure, the cake tastes pretty good without it, and without icing you can still even tell what kind of cake it is. But the icing finishes the cake, makes the cake smoother, makes the cake pretty. Having unity of tense and clean grammar allows your audience to focus on your well-organized ideas. Let's take a look at two different samples of writing. First, here's a paragraph that could be improved. Hiking in national parks can be an amazing experience. In some parks, hikers will need to be aware of dangers such as bears, rugged terrain, and extreme weather fluctuations. Yellowstone National Park offers many backcountry trails. Yosemite contains some of the world's most spectacular waterfalls. Zion's Park provides rugged hikes and desert canyons. Flash floods in Zion's Park are something to watch out for. Okay, this paragraph needs to be restructured so it has better focus. It lacks unity because the sentences are not focused and bounce around between two ideas, the fact that hiking is beautiful and the fact that hiking is dangerous. To correct this jumbled mess, each concept needs to be dealt with separately. Here's a reworked version of the previous paragraph. Hiking in national parks can be an amazing experience. Yellowstone National Park offers many backcountry trails, Yosemite contains some of the world's most spectacular waterfalls, and Zion's Park provides rugged hills and desert canyons. In some parks, however, hikers need to be aware of dangers such as bears, rugged terrain, and extreme weather fluctuations. In Yellowstone, for example, hikers will need to be aware of bears. Alright, this revision is unified because each section has one focus. The first part touches on the beauty of the parks, and the second warns about the potential dangers. Note the two bolded topic sentences. They introduce the topic and main focus. The topic sentence in the second paragraph indicates a transition into a different subtopic. Checking your paper for unity and focus is easy. After you've completed your paper, you can go through your essay and do the following steps. You can self-check your paper for unity and focus by highlighting the different components of your paragraphs in different colors to see if you have created a logical, reoccurring pattern for your argument. You can also highlight your transitions, topic sentences, and content. Your paragraph should be mostly made up of content. Every paragraph should have all three, with the exception of the first paragraph, which does not need a transition. Let's briefly review. To create unity and focus in your paper, you should first understand the purpose of your paper and make sure it revolves around your thesis. Second, determine what tone would be most appropriate. And third, focus on the small things and technical details to bring your essay together. Follow these 3 steps and you'll be on your way to a well-developed, unified, and focused paper.